Okay, I'm just going to give you an explanation about some of the dietary or eating guidelines I'm going to share with you. This is a diagram that's actually on the web page that when you go to it you'll find it, and it'll be just below this video, and so you can refer to it as I speak if you wish. Essentially, I want you to understand that 3.5 million years ago our ancestors lived on really the equivalent of the African plains. They were hunter-gatherers. They'd eat animals, insects, steal a few eggs, and maybe eat some greens. But that was about it. And 10,000 years ago our ancestors developed agriculture, and agriculture was the beginning of crops. Crops are a thing called, really give us a thing called complex carbohydrate, and you will have heard the word complex carbohydrate. For sake of easy discussion, complex carbohydrate is to simple carbohydrate as a house is to a brick. So if you're going to try and describe a complex carbohydrate, it's really just many simple carbohydrate building blocks put together. The reality of that is, if you're eating houses, you're eating bricks. If you're eating complex carbohydrate, you're eating simple carbohydrate. Now, the other name for simple carbohydrate is sugar. If we think about our ancestors 3.5 million years ago, do you think there was much sugar in their diet? The answer is probably not. And so our ancestors quite reasonably had a hormonal response to capitalise or make the most use out of sugar when it occurred in their diet. And what they did was they turned on a hormone which was a storage hormone. And that storage hormone is called insulin. Insulin really changes the blood's chemistry, the lipid profiles, and it leads to storage of fat for another day, for a rainy day, particularly around the tummy, but also in the arteries. And so really the objective of changing our eating pattern to reduce carbohydrate is to turn off insulin so that we're less likely to deposit fat around the tummy and less likely to deposit fat in the arteries. So really the objective is to reduce sugar by reducing simple carbohydrate, by reducing complex carbohydrate, and really removing things like crops out of the equation. They're things like bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, cereal and fruit.